So, hi, I'm Alex. I'm currently a master's student at the Technical University of Munich, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer at the WSPEC, and have been already longer in the student competition field as I am member of the VAR for already 3 years. We have been hosting competitions, participating at competitions for several years now. So as I'm also currently active as a software lead at the current space elevator team of the student team I'm in, I will show some of our insights, some of our experience in this field, how we work, and show you just how we think of working in the WSPEC and giving our expertise to host the best possible competition for universities and other teams. First, let me tell you things about the VAR, as I'm not sure if everyone knows what the VAR is. We are a nonprofit from Germany at the Technical University of Munich, founded in 1962. We are pretty much expanded in multiple fields. We also achieved many things as ISEC experiments. We also participated at many international competitions where we also won a few times. We are a very big student organization, as far as I know, the biggest one in Germany currently, with more than 400 active students from all sorts of expertise and degrees. And as we are a aerospace student organization, we are preparing talent for industry and getting them to know how to work on that. And as we work on different projects, we deliver hands-on experience for all of those students. And that includes the 4 core groups of our organization that are rocketry, satellites, space labs, and the team I'm part of called Space Robotics. And space robotics is mainly focused on all the robotic parts of space innovation, which includes our biggest project, which is the Project Crater, that develops a Mars rover that travels autonomously over the Mars surface. They participated at the European Rover Challenge last week. We also currently have a new project called Project Vampire, which constructs a fully autonomous fast vectoring space landing vehicle. But it's in an early stage as it is pretty new. And one of the oldest teams, which is my team, the Project Draxler, we are building a space elevator prototype. And that is what I'm going to talk more about in this presentation. As the Project Draxler, which is founded in 2005, we worked pretty long on this concept. We had many different constellations of teams, which differed from around the time, because currently we have a completely new team for around 3 years now. We try to do our own way, which had some difficulties in the start, but we are getting to it. Currently we are 20 students from different programs. We have mechanical engineers, we have aerospace students, we also have electrical engineers, and also computer science students as myself. And with all these different fields, we developed our models and participated already in several competitions, including the competition that Morty already mentioned in Japan, and our own competition that we hosted last year in Munich. Those different competitions are the current competitions that take place around the world that we try to build on with WSPEC. But before that, I will show you some reasons why our members have joined the current team. I asked a little bit around because I just wanted to get some different opinions, and most of all, it's practical work, as the university is very theoretical, and for many students, it's also important to gain some practical knowledge, some practical experience from their studies. And as we are a very practical team, we built a space elevator. We are perfect for that. So that was one of the big topics for many students. Also the networking. Many students that are from different countries just need to get into the community of the university, and the student group is perfect for that. Yeah, and also the expertise that they can get from older students is very important for those new students. Yeah, and last but not least, the international competitions, as we are traveling around the world, including Japan, which is also very interesting for many students that joined our team. And yeah, that is mainly the motivation for students to work besides their studies, which is in our case purely for free. So it's just to gain more knowledge, to work on their projects that they're in, and get to know more people that are also studying with them. Yeah, the current team, the current Graxler team is built into 4 main groups. We need a project leadership that looks for sponsors and partners, as we are a non-profit. We don't have a revenue stream, and as we are not really part of the university, we also have to get some money from outside. So the project leadership is mainly focusing on getting sponsors and partners for our project to be financed. They also look into the project status. All the I'd say the hard work is done by the mechanicals that design and also produce all the parts for our space elevator prototype. We have our own workshop where we assemble and build, and yeah, they build it, they test it, and with all the other team parts that are software engineering, the electrical engineering, they build a drive-ready space elevator. Most importantly, we rely on sensors. So the software and electrical engineering team is working closely together, building on custom-made PCBs and sensors we have around the climber. The software engineering team is coding a system that is driving autonomously, but we also have our own ground station, which is used to communicate with our space elevator in live. So yeah, this on the perspective of a student team that builds a space elevator prototype and participates in competitions. Let's have a look at the current model we have. It's we had it driving in Japan. We had some minor tweaks we are working on to get it ready for the next competition in Japan in November. But the current model to have a simple design to show, we have 3 wheels that are connected via belts with the centered wheel. The centered wheel is pushed by a motor. We are using a flat tether currently to drive the current model, but we are also working on a future model with a round tether. We have counter wheels that push the current belt onto the big wheels. And as we are currently testing, we are hoping to get our climber to carry around 100 kilograms in the future. So yeah, those onto the technicalities and the the current team I'm in, but let's also look into the competitions, which are very important for building up WSpec. I am starting first with the competitions I know the most about, which is the USpec. The USpec is held in our university campus in Garching. We are hosting it nearly every year since 2011. We had a small break during COVID, but started again last year. Our focus is onto ecological design, efficiency, and getting real space elevator concepts. We have a vertical tether where students build and test their climbers on. And as we had already participants from the US and Japan, we are pretty international and had everything university teams, but also research groups. And as the the platform grew the last years. We had many experience in different concepts and hope to build onto that with the WSPEC. Another competition that was already mentioned by Morty is the Japanese Space Elevator Challenge. It was founded in 2009 and hosted by the GSEA. And is currently, as NASA only had it for a few years, the longest running space elevator competition worldwide. They also had world record highs with balloons up to 1.2 kilometers. And as we also participate and other teams, we had also already a very international participation there. The bar was already 6 times there. Last year was the last time. And as I already mentioned, we are planning to participate this year again in November. Yeah, so all of that competitions are currently very regional. For us, for example, it was last year we were the only international participant. And also the European competition had its difficulties to get some international teams to participate. So with WSPEC, and as I'm part of the VAR, we hope to get more people to join, more teams to join from around the world. We already had the great possibility to speak to many international teams at the ISTC. And so hopefully we can host the WSPEC to give all those teams that are building the climbers one global stage to get the expertise from Japan, the teams from Germany. We already talked to some other teams in Germany to get all of those into one global stage and have the fragmented regional events into one international. With that and with this one global stage, we can also standardize the format, as we already saw in the comments. There's no real information out there about the results. If we have this one big global stage and standardized format, it might be easier for all these smaller competitions to publish their results in a more standardized format. And also more opportunities. We can expand it. We can get bigger sponsors. We can get bigger partners, as it might get more interesting for all those industries to look into the World Space Elevator concept. And so, as Morty already showed the more organizational technical part, I hope I was able to give you a more student-wise and more participation-wise perspective onto that. So as Morty already said, we are now ready for more questions if there are any now there.
Thank you, Alex. I had a question right away. On slide 4, it looked like there was something in the background, and I didn't know what that was.
Sorry, slide 4. Yeah.
What is that tower?
The tower. It's a weather tower in our campus. We have a reactor there, a reactor for research, and this reactor needs some data, and this tower gives all the weather data relevant for the reactor to function. So our university built this nice looking tower with the logo inside, with antennas and so on. So that's just a weather tower. Kind of.
Nothing to do with space elevators. Okay.
Oh, no, unfortunately.
No. Other questions, please.
I also see in the chat, Peter Armson asked, and I think he was asking about, I have to answer that. I think that he was asking why, about the publicity of the competitions. And that's one of the main motivations for doing this is on a global scale at the level that we're doing it, it becomes, something that we can do and something we can do correctly to really push the winners out and push the technology that's being developed at a larger scale. So it's not just going to be put somewhere. Again, that's a lot to do with our very active social media that's growing, our own following that we're getting as our organization. Lisandro definitely knows a lot about that. And of course, yeah, as a big organization, the budget of that, we're able to actually promote this and have press write up about this and things like that to do exactly that, to let these technologies see the light of day and do what they should do.
Okay,
I
Les.
guess.
Yeah, just to follow on that, I would suggest also, putting videos up on YouTube and things like that, that aren't necessarily tied to a particular organization's website that might not be around in 10 or 15 years. But, once it's published, people can find it in the long term.
For sure, yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, that's a big focus on us because that is the value that we're going to be able to create. As an organization, the value that we're going to have is the technologies that are coming out of this and this drive to keep pushing things forward. So again, that is a very big thing. I'm not sure. I see a question.
There's a question in the chat from Lauren.
Okay, so about all the prizes. Yeah, so the GoFundMe is for a general budget, and that's going directly to the prize money. For this bit, we are looking to have a $25,000 prize pool for our full competitions, as well as a grant. We're also having a grant out for some of the teams that may need it or be able to help, which would otherwise not be able to participate, where they can get some money to pay for flights and travel. But otherwise, most of the teams, and Alexander probably talk on this a little bit more, but about getting sponsors as a team and can fund it like that.
So yeah, for us, it was for Japan last year. We talked to a big elevator company in Germany. They love our concept, and they helped us in traveling to Japan by providing us enough money. So I think for most of the teams that are big enough, it should be possible to get sponsors as they have the reach. But for smaller teams or even smaller groups that are just formed for this competition, we are hoping to provide enough money to get as many teams to the competition as possible.
Mm-hmm. And we have a question, can a solo student who doesn't have a team join your team as a participant?
So my team, we are very bound to the university. So as we are working very in place in Munich, it's not really possible, as far as I know. I can talk to my team if there is anything possible. But I don't know if he is a student at a university that has a aerospace team in some way. I know about many aerospace teams that have rocketry clubs or even rover clubs. I mean, he can try to ask there if there is an interest, as it aligns with some of the concepts there.
Yeah, and just to, I guess, a little more on that. So yes, we are open to individual students. It's difficult, and I would say that it's very difficult to do it as a solo person. We are going to, but definitely open and available if you can, and then that would be great. We are also launching our Discord in a little bit, and that may help with finding people that may be interested that may not have a team, so that can help you find the people to build a team. But yeah, and again, obviously a lot of it is on site, like Alexander was saying, so you would need to find people locally. But again, if you can develop it by yourself and compete at the same level, then yeah, by all means, that's very inspiring. That would be great.
I mean, we had a team from a high school last year at our competition that built a space elevator with Lego that was very good. So it is also possible with less money and less mechanical expertise to build a space elevator that can compete in such competitions.
All right, thank you, Alex and Morty.
Thanks.
Before I start my talk, I would like to make one suggestion for you guys. I am an international consultant in mechanical engineering, and it's all about being able to share CAD files. And I work in groups that use different CAD packages, and we exchange step files. So, and I also work on my own in my home, and I'm constantly using my CAD system and transferring files to other people. So it's certainly possible to collaborate long distance on a design.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As I said, if you can contact me, I can ask around my team if that is possible. I mean, we are, yeah, helpful hands are welcome.